This is the Wern Watkin Bunkhouse, and we also trade as YHA Langato Mountain. It's a 30-bed, 5-star bunkhouse situated on the top of a mountain in the Brecon Beacons. This is a purpose-built facility. We came here as a midlife career changer, and we came with a fair amount of capital, so we didn't have to borrow anything to do the building. And we looked at a very large number of sites across the UK to find one that was suitable for this business. It had the right levels of remoteness and lightness of outdoor space and the right configuration of old buildings, and a house for us, nice house for us, and a barn which we could convert. It was fairly derelict. It had been really abused over a period of 30 years, but it did give us the basics of the building to turn into a bunkhouse. We always aimed to do a sustainable business. I was always very interested in reducing the cost base of a bunkhouse by having highly efficient energy and water systems. We've gone to great efforts to put in lots of renewable microgeneration equipment, but also to put in equipment which uses that energy efficiently. So at a very simple level, we've got the top level of light bulbs in the building. We've got efficient LED light bulbs everywhere. We use electric heat pump, we use heat recovery. These are all part of being an efficient business with low overhead costs.
So borehole takes about 20% of our energy consumption, goes down to 200 and 300 metres. After the key here, we have no mains water supply, obviously. This mound is our water processing plant. It's a actual old swimming pool, and that itself is about 12,000 quid's worth of kit in there, in terms of tanks and filters and pumps and things. When we took over it, this building had grandfather rights for discharge of sewage pretty well straight into the Usk. We have replaced that with a rotating biodisc system, and we discharge out onto the natural reedland. We're reinforcing a natural bogland, according to the Environment Agency. Critical part of bunkhouses is having good showers, because people are doing activity, so they want to have good showers. So you've got to have a good quality and quantity of hot water, and you've got to do that efficiently. So we've gone for a wet room system, and we have the shower system here, which is a bubble shower, so it's putting air into the shower head, so it's using far less water, and specifically far less hot water. So people feel they're having a really, really good shower, but they're not using much water, which is important. Wet room system, underfloor heating under the wet room, so that's drying it off, and heat recovery. So this room dries off really quickly. We've got some very, very sophisticated and very green hot water systems, underfloor heating, ground source heating, solar thermal. What's under here, this is our fuel source, this is ground source heating. The building, the main heating source of the bunkhouse is ground source heating. And so the slinkies are here. In the house, we're using biomass, solar thermal and LPG as our mechanism. It's a batch boiler, which we run using logs, which we produce on the property. It gets to about 30 cubic metres a year, and it's providing the heating and hot water for the house for much of the winter. Put logs in there, they burn downwards, and they turn the wood into gas, which is then burned in basically a gas boiler at the bottom. For every 5 degrees of moisture you can take out of the wood, you're doubling the amount of energy you're getting out of it. So it's definitely worth measuring and so on. Because we have cave divers and kayakers and people walking on the mountainside, we have to be able to dry them every night, and that potentially is 120 litres of water we have to evaporate every night from the drying facilities and get out the building. So that's a critical component for us. We've also got heat recovery in the building, which is a way of getting rid of the moisture, and some very big dehumidifiers in our drying facilities to blow off the wet air, and therefore providing a comfortable environment at all times. We are quite keen on monitoring, as you might have noticed, so we have a lot of private meters to tell us what's happening, but in fact our main meter is a smart meter
here, and it's plugged into the British Gas network, so we're on the web and we can analyse our consumption per hour, which is actually every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes. You can look at the graph of consumption and what other people are doing and the temperature and all that sort of stuff if you want to. We also have a monitoring meter, one of these smart meter things in the house, which tells me what's happening on the overall consumption, because in the bunkhouse there's a behavioural issue. People not paying for the heat, and people do silly things, and I can spot they've done something silly because the consumption soars. So a very easy energy saving mechanism is to put in something called a voltage optimiser. And there's a whole range of different sizes and shapes of these, but this is the one we have, which would basically reduce our voltage, stabilises our voltage at about 220. It's got a higher voltage in the UK than it needs to have. This one I think was it's about £450 installed. This is our PV. It's part of 2 arrays for PV. It provides quite significant amounts of our electricity in summer, which obviously we're using in the heat pump. We're a big user of electricity up here. On the whole property, between us and the house, we're consuming about 40 megawatt hours. We've done a lot of work on new pumps, because so variable flow pumps, which are ones which sense the demand, and they alter the speed of pumping depending on the demand of water. And we've got those pretty well now everywhere, and our heating pumps and so on will work like that. A very high percentage of our clients are coming from deep green sources, about 17%. So that's people who are coming specifically because we are a very green business. But the real benefit to us for sustainability is we get very high repeat business rates. Over 80% of our business is repeat business. That's because when they come here, they feel absolutely at ease with what we're doing. They understand the sustainability things we're doing, and they feel comfortable.